Hello everyone, welcome to the recorded session. So my name is Tirath. I am going to give demo on the application on the topic called two-factor authentication. So I'm already on my GitHub repo. You can find the link in the YouTube description. So I am going to use Google Authenticator app and TOTP feature, that is time-based one-time password. And you can see here two folder, basic code and demo final code. Basic code is just the simple login strategy, that is login and register strategy, and demo final code is the complete code that will implement two-factor authentication using Google Authenticator app. You can download this folder and test it on your own. So let's start with the basic code. You can download the folder from here, and I have already downloaded and extract that here. So let's start with the basic code. In the basic code, first let's run it, and connection is successful with the database localhost 3000, and this is my home page. So here is simple login, register, and the home page. So I have already registered with the ID. So let's just log in with grgrg.ca student at 123. Then in this particular username, I didn't have set up the two-factor authentication. So if I click this, it came back to the same page called logged in. So let's add some code and work on this. And it also has a feature to get log out and displaying the username here. So I will make a different part on this if anyone don't know how to set up the simple login strategy. So first start with the basic code. So let's come to the view, and I will add two folder called 2fa, and in this folder I will add index.handlebars and one more file that is called verify.handlebars. So in the index dot, I have already copied the code from the GitHub. So this one. So here is three field set. First one is label scanning the QR code. Second one is entering the code, and I will show you like how it look like on the web page. Here is messages like if there is an invalid credential. So after that, there is one more thing I'm going to add called this. No, uh, for the verify, it's a simple HTML code. This one. So entering the code and just submitting the code. That's it. And again, error messages. And adding the root name as 2fa.js. Uh, rename. I want to rename that 2fa.js. Then after that, I will go to the app.js and I will make authentication router is equal to require, and I will call routes and 2fa. Then after that, uh, dot use 2fa authentication router. That is crashing because I didn't just export the module. So what I'm going to do is I will add the commenting part here. So first of all, I will add the express module require, then setting up router express dot router. So let's export the module. Now it will not give any error. It's still giving the error because routes to a fair. Oh, I got that. I have to say it require. Now it will not give the error. Connection is successful. Then coming to the to a JavaScript file. Now here importing the user module. I will say require models and user. Then after that, I will import the speakeasy module. Require speakeasy. So basically, speakeasy module, it is showing error because I didn't add the module yet. So let's add that. Speakeasy module is just the one-time passcode generator. So I will install this. It also supports Google Authenticator and other two-factor devices. So that's installed. Now I will create function is user logged in, whether user is logged in or not, request, response, and next. So if the user is authenticated, if the user is authenticated means the password, the username are all correct, whatever the user is registered, so then next, return to the next function. Otherwise, redirect to the login page. Then setting up the get handler. So if I come back here, if I click this, oh, I have to start the node mode. Now I have to again enter, let's add this one because I am already registered with this username. So if I click this, then then it's still coming back to this because I have to add here the link to FA, yeah, to the index part. Now if I click this button and I saying not found because I still have to add the get handler for that. So for the get handler, I will say router.get to the index page. Then it will verify whether the user is logged in or not, calling user login function. And then I will I will add one more function, request response. Oh, sorry, if the request is authenticated. And next, then render to a index page with the help of, that's all. Now it will render this page. Still not working. Oh, it's showing there. Now the connection error is there. Calling the function is user logged in, not working. Now it will show like this. Now adding the QR image, you can see the label and input type. So the QR image is still pending. Let's add the QR image. So variable secret key object, I'm taking as this way, equal to using the speakeasy module, generate secret. with the help of username, with the help of taking name as user username, then OTP URL, which would be equal to SK security key object, because it's in the form of object. It has base 32 hexadecimal, that's why. Now calling OTP auth URL and adding one more thing, that is called n% period equal to 30, because I want that OTP should expire like after 30 seconds, and we need new OTP after every 30 seconds to be valid or to enter for the user verification. And after that I will add QR image string, and it should be equal, and I used here what is called the Google API. It's a Google API image of QR code taking as 150 size, and adding one more thing, encode URI component of the OTP URL. So encoding will encode the special characters to the percentage 20 sign, 40 sign, that's all. So after that I will create one more variable called that messages, and this should be storing session messages in this session dot messages or empty list, and also setting the session messages to the empty list. Okay, now here adding one more thing. First is title Google authentication. Second one is one more title I have used is with small t, and third is user. This should be request.user. Then uh, secret key, this should be secret key object SKO. I'm taking the value as base 32. Then messages, and also one more thing is QR image. So I will show you like how it works. So here is the title, the small t, and user will be in the layout page, and secret key right here, and taking it as hidden because I'm going to use the hidden value in the post when the post URL, then the submit button is hit. So here is messages and even the QR image, calling the QR image here. So after that, let's come to the one more thing I have to add is layout and converting this, because I wrongly, mistakenly write the small t right here. So after that, coming to the post section, for the post I have still have to add the I still have to add the same thing. So for the post I have to verify is user logged in or not. Then if the user logged in, response next, this function will work. So in the post section, I will verify first the token. I will take the token. In the token I will request dot body dot enter code. So you can see right here entered code. I can show you this one. I'm calling this one. I'm calling the value of this enter code. So whatever the enter code, like user will enter 6-digit enter code, whatever the 6-digit code the user will enter, it will store in the token variable, and taking secret key sk variable, and storing this hidden value called key, this hidden value named as key. So I am storing here. So after that, let's verify whether, let's create one more variable called is verify. So what I'm going to do is, if the token equal to, so no, I will, is verify will be the boolean value. So what I will do is, I will call speakeasy, and with the help of TOTP verify function, I will call three things. First is secret, as it is, so calling the sk value here, and encoding taking as base 32 because I have used base 32. Then after that, taking token as the value same token. So this will give me boolean value true or false. So if is verify, if the token and the QR image, and the entered code and the key generated, the secret key that is generated when the QR image is scanned. So whatever the secret key is, whatever the secret key is, like, and the and that secret key is based on the username. You can see right here. That is based on the username. Whatever the user is, logged in, is authenticated, on that username there will be a secret key. So every time when we reload that page, when there will be new QR code, there will be new QR code. For that QR code, there will be new secret value. So it will verify. If the user is verified, then I will find the user and update the corresponding value. So what I am going to do is, with the help of ID is, automatically attached. We don't have to, take in the model other thing. So I even forgot to add one thing, that is called secret key. And taking a string. So here ID, with the help of ID, I will find the user, and with that particular user, please update one more thing called secret key, and this should be sk. After that, I will create one more function here. I will say add function, and error and success. So if there is error, then console dot print error, else console dot log success. So after this, okay. So if the value is verified, then there should be, we have to find the user and update the corresponding secret key value. So it also update the value, and I will set the session and taking new variable called we can two-factor authenticated and taking it as true, making it as true. I will let you know what the use of this. So, and I will redirect to the login page. So what will happen here? So taking the true value and redirecting to the logged in this page. So if the value is verified, so what the use of true value is, what I'm going to do is, I will also add else part here. So in the else part, I will say session dot messages and taking messages as like incorrect code, then and also redirecting. If the code is incorrect, then redirect back to the same 2FA to the index file. So now let's come back to the logged in. So here, so what I am going to do is I will add two things right here. So it will come here, like it will come back here, and it will redirect to the logged in. So for the logged in, I will go back in the index.js. So what I will do is I will copy the function from here. Oh, and in the index I will change this completely. I need to change this completely. First I will copy and add the function right here, and I will create one more function that is user two factor authenticated. Is user two-factor authenticated. If the user is two-factor authenticated, then I will set the value that is, let's start with this. So if the user is two-factor authenticated, then request response next. I will add if request dot user dot that value, that is secret key value, calling the value from the model is not equal to null. It means there is some value. If there is some value, it means the user is two-factor authenticated. So if there is value, then if now calling TFA value that we already made right here, TFA. If the request.tfa, if it is true, so return next, go to the next function. Else, if it is not true, go back to the login page. No, it's not the login page, it will go back to the verify. So what I did is I have taken it true I already set up it as true, because if the value is verified, so it will set up as true and it will come back to this login get handler. So I have to set up the get handler first. Then after that I will say else return null. So if it is not null, if the value is null, so it means the user is not authenticated. It will return next. It will go back to the next function. So after this, I will say router dot get logged in. First, it will check whether user is logged in. Then it will check whether the user is two-factor authenticated. Then it will come to this function. Then in this, I will create one variable called title and as empty and variable flag. So if the request dot session tfa, so if the value is true or false accordingly, if the value is true, then flag set the flag to true and title as login successful with two-factor authentication, otherwise else flag to false and title to login successful but two-factor authentication is not added yet. So I will let you know what is the use of this. So I am going to render here to the logged in and passing some argument title that will show in the top bar. Then title, this should be the title and user request dot user, then flag as flag. So it's still showing me one error that is called unexpected end of the input. Okay, one more thing I have to add is this. Where is the error? Logged in. There is one error. What is the error here? Router dot get working, but render. Oh, okay, got it. Then after that, I have to add one more thing right here. So if if flag if the flag is true, then the verified, click here to retry. If the flag is true, then this, I will copy it and I will paste right here. Else this one, and closing the if block. So what I am going to do is, I will call here verify. So click here to retry entering new code. So obviously I have to enter a new code. So I just add this in order to play with that. So what here will happen? So first it will check the user is logged in. So if the user is logged in, then it will verify whether the user is two-factor authenticated. It's only like I have used request.json TFA variable to authenticate whether the user is two-factor authenticated or not. You can see right here, if the token and the secret key matched, so it will be get true, then it will get work, and accordingly it will set the value to true and redirect to the logged in. So getting back to the logged in, this value will get true. So here it's also getting the true, because it's not getting a true. So in this calling this user logged in function, it will return next. Now it will go to this function, and it will check the secret key is not equal to null, yes it's not equal to null. Then it will come here, as we already set to true. So this value get true, and this function will this if block will work, and it also return to the next block. So the next block is this one, so then this one will work. So taking the title as this. So if the as we know that this value is true, then setting the flag to true. So flag is true. If the flag is true, then it will say click here to retry entering new code. I am just added it to in order to play with the QR code and entering the code. I will show you on the page how it's going to work. So I am left with two more things, that is called verify and the post section of the verify. So let's come back here, and in the router dot get, here I will call verify, and I will check is user logged in, request dot response dot next. So let message taking same this thing, that then I will render the page response dot render, verify, then title, setting the title Google authentication, title Google authentication, then user request.user, then messages as messages. Here also still one error. There is error. Oh, now it's done. After that, come back to the post router.post for the verify. Here I will add request, response, next. The same thing I am going to do is verifying the code, the same above code, but this time I will just call the code. I will not have to update it. I will just call the token request dot body dot enter the code, and I will take secret key as and this time I will take secret key from the user model, not from the that, because I just have to add the new secret key generated after every 30 seconds. So I will take let is verify, so it will verify the same thing. So taking the same thing let verify, and if it's verify, if the value is true, then request dot session tfa to true. Again the it will redirect to the logged in. Then coming to the else part, so session dot messages showing it as incorrect code, and response dot redirect, and redirecting to FA verify. That's done. So let me show how it will gonna work. So let's log in again. I will register with new ID. Let's I will register with the um, what I will say um what tapan at the rate tapan.com, student at the rate 123, student at the rate 123. So I will register is that's successfully registered. I'm going to log in is tapan at the rate tapan.com, student at the 123, login. Now it's successfully logged. Now it's showing the message login is successful, but the two-factor authentication is not added yet. Now how is showing like this? So you can show here, you can see here in the logged in, I have set up the title. So where is the title? Title is here. So what is going on? So the flag value is equal to false. That's why it's saying if the flag value you click here to add two-factor authentication from Google Authenticator app. Why the flag value is false? So why is getting this value? Because this session TFA variable is false. because here I have set up to true. This will only get true if the value is verified. Before that, it will be always be default as false. So this value is already false. So it's redirecting back to the verifier. So value is already false. User is logged in. Yes. User is two-factor authenticated. No. So that's why this will not work. Only this else part will work. User logged in true, it will come back to this function. Then this function, we know that secret key is not yet added in the user model, but still this else part will return the next to the next function. So this next function is working. That's why we're getting login successful, but TFA is not added yet. So when I click here, it will automatically generate the QR code here. I can show you here at 2FA. When I click there, so you can see here what the console.log SKO console.log OTP URL. Now if I reload it, I will add the credential tapan@tapan.com and student@123 42. So if I add this, so SKO is not defined. Oh, SKO is not defined. Security object. I have to type again. Tapan.com 3. Now you can see here, I will get the object in the form of SKO object. This is SKO object. It has 4 values: base 32, OTP or URL, and this is the URL with that person sign. And here is the value called base 32. Adding the base 32 value to that. Sorry, yeah, adding that value to the OTP URL. Now I am going to verify it. Let's use the Google Authenticator. So it's saying it added there. So the value is showing as 562201. 562201. If I submit, login successful, but with two-factor authentication. So why I added this is click here to retry entering code, because I want to play with entering more code. That's why I added here, click here to retry entering new code and use the flag for that respectively, taking true and false value. So I am at the logged in. So if I click here to retry entering new code, I will get back to the verify. So here in the verify, now there will be new code 69703, sorry, 750439, 50439. Submit. So there is again login successful, but with the two-factor authentication. So let's try one more time. And if by chance, you know, uh, I have deleted this, I don't have any code now. So what I have to do is, I have created one more thing here. If you have deleted your account from the Authenticator app or your Google Authenticator application on the mobile phone, You can click here to go back again, and we can again scan the QR code, add the account, and entering the value 107554, submitting it, and it will be logged in as successful with the two-factor authentication. So this is my demonstration for the two-factor authentication. You can even try to log out, and I will try register with one more name called Akhil at the rate akhil.com, student at the 1233, and if I try to log in, Akhil at the rate akhil.com, student at the 123. So login is successful, but the TFA is not added yet. You can see here in the MongoDB in the user 15 user right here. Maybe this one is the Ram. Okay, last one may be the Akhil. No. So you can see here his username is here, but the secret key is not here. Where is the top one? Ritik? I have to find. It's difficult to find that. Oh, no worry. That's okay. That's fine. So that's all about the video. So thank you so much for your time.